What's good? Here's Russell Kingdom. Today we are going to be discussing what just happened on NXT Stand and Deliver. This 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 pay-per-view. This was an amazing pay-per-view. I, I made a video not too long ago, about a month ago. NXT Stand and Deliver was going to be special. This pay-per-view delivered. Every match on the card was solid. We're gonna get to the first match, but every match after the first match was absolutely a banger. Was really great. For the most part, majority of the people who was supposed to win, but we're gonna get straight into it. We start off with the pre. I forgot what they call it. It's not an opening match. It's called. I forgot what they call it. Basically, the match was not on the actual card, but the pre-show. That's what it's called. Don't know why my mind brain. The pre-show match. Not really surprised. This was a pre-show match. Shawn Spears and Joe Gacy, but Joe Gacy, before the match started, Joe Gacy makes his entrance. We get Ridge Holland hits Joe Gacy with a chair and then leaves. So it looks like Ridge Holland is turning heel. And it looks like potentially it's going to be Shawn Spears and Ridge Holland because Shawn Spears was the one who was feuding with Ridge Holland, trying to get a darker side of him. And it looks like Ridge Holland is going to go to that darker side. So I'm going to be honest. I'm not really that interested about it. It was interesting to see Ridge Holland turn heel because I never seen him as a heel. But not really that interested in Ridge Holland. He's not a bad in any means. I just think he's just okay. Okay in the ring, okay on the mic, okay character. But hopefully his heel turn could change him. But I was very shocked to see that. This match was on, of course, on a pre-show. No real stakes involved. But it was a decent match. I give it like a 6 out of 10. Nothing really special in this match. It was a little slow pace, I would say, but it wasn't bad. It was a pre-show. The crowd was a little dead, but of course it's a pre-show match, and it was nothing really that was eye-dropping, so that made sense why the crowd was dead. But shockingly, Joe Gacy got the win. He got it cleanly. And it's very weird because Joe Gacy is a very weird character where he's not a baby face, but he's not a heel either. He's more in between. Like, because he does heel things, but he also acts kind of like a baby face in between. It's very weird. I'm very shocked Joe Gacy got the win because I assumed Shawn Spears would get the win because they made a big deal out of his debut. They debuted him basically like a huge star. I assumed they was going to give him the victory. I feel like that's why they put him on the card. But I don't think this hurts Shawn Spears. I'm glad Joe Gacy got the win because I love Joe Gacy's character, him playing like a psychopath, kind of mentally unstable guy. I love that character. So happy Joe Gacy got the win, but very shocking Shawn Spears got the dub. But nothing else to really go from here outside of the Ridge Holland heel turn. Next up, we got the NXT Tag Team titles on the line. You got Braun Breaker, Baron Corbin, Nathan Frazier, and Axiom. This was a car wreck. This was a very fast-paced, up-tempo match. Of course, when you have Nathan Frazier and Axiom, this is very fast-paced. Really enjoyed this match. This was a really good match. Now, this match really picked up towards like the last 5 minutes. I'm going to be honest. I really thought Nathan Frazier and Axiom was going to win this match. When Axiom hit the Spanish fly on Braun Breaker, and then Nathan Frazier hit the 450 on Braun Breaker, I thought that was over. I thought that was over. But when Braun Breaker kicked out of that, I knew it was game over. I knew Braun Breaker was retaining because I was like, if that don't put him away, nothing will. But we get to the final few minutes. You get a bunch of reversals happening. Baron Corbin hit the end of days on Axiom. Then Nathan Frazier comes. Baron Corbin tried to hit the end of days on Nathan, but Nathan reverses it. But then as he reverses it, Baron Corbin hits his spear, his signature spear, which is so clean. He has the best spear in WWE easily. And then they won. I'm not really that shocked that they won, but I thought, him being on SmackDown, thought they would officially have him be a full-time member on the SmackDown roster, but it looks like he's still going to be doing double duty. I'm not mad at it because, no offense to Nathan and Axiom, I love Nathan and Axiom. I wish they would have won, but to be honest, they're just not on the level of Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin. Whoever beats them has to be built up to that level, and they haven't built up Nathan and Axiom. But this was a really good match. I really enjoyed this match. This was a very fast, up-tempo match. Everyone did their thing. But if we get to the next match, we got the triple threat for the North American Championship. Dijak, Josh Bridge, and Obafemi. This may be a hot take, but in my opinion, This is match of the night. This is the match of the night, in my opinion. This was the best match on the card, and this is my favorite match of the year. This, to me, was a 10 out of 10. No, this was damn near a perfect match. This was everything it needed to be. Just three big guys just showing their dominance throughout this match. Everyone had a chance to shine, to show their dominance. The spots in this match was insane. Really insane. You had the spot where Obafemi is in a chair, Dijak about to jump onto Obafemi, but just to be caught by Josh Briggs, and he end up catching Dijak, and ends up throwing Dijak towards Obafemi onto the chair. Like, that was a crazy spot. You had the spot where Dijak ends up hitting, I think he hit like three, I forgot what his finisher is, but he hit three finishers on Obafemi. And then as he's about to win, all of a sudden you got Josh Bridge pulling the ref out. That was crazy. I really thought Dijak was going to win this match. When Dijak hit his finisher three times on Obafemi, I thought that was over. Then you have the signature spot where Dijak has Josh Briggs on top of him. He's finna go to the top rope, and then you have Obafemi coming from underneath Dijak, and then he ends up slamming both of them at the same time, carrying all of that weight. This spot was amazing. All three men did their thing. I expect nothing less from Dijak. Any match Dijak in is just amazing, especially on pay-per-views. But Obafemi ended up retaining this championship. Dijak looked like he was going to get the upper hand on Josh Briggs. He was going for a pinfall, but then they did a weird camera angle, which I kind of knew Obafemi was going to come, where they kind of panned the camera super close to Dijak. Obafemi ended up grabbing Dijak, choking him, and ended up hitting his signature. He ended up doing a power bomb onto Josh Briggs, pinning Josh Briggs for the win. This was an amazing match. 10 out of 10. This is my favorite match of the year. Best match on the card, in my personal opinion. But I would be mad if someone says something else. But this match was amazing. But on to the next match. We got the women's triple six-man tag team match between Thea Hale, Fallon Henley, Kalani Jordan versus Kiana James, JC Jane, Izzy Dame. This match was really good as well. Fast-paced. Really loved this match. I really loved the storytelling they was telling in this match. I love the shenanigans they was doing. I love JC Jane. I love JC Jane as a heel, doing some great stuff, constantly taunting Chase U, doing heel tactics. When it was a moment where Thea Hale tried to do a suicide dive, but she ends up pushing Riley Osborne. Thea Hale ended up hitting Riley. You have her constantly taunting. She did the suck it taunt towards them. And I love the moment where then later in the match, I love the moment where Thea Hale ends up getting tagged in. JC Jane finally realized that she's one-on-one with Thea Hale, because throughout the match, Thea Hale and JC Jane was not in the match at all, like towards each other. They was never tagged in at the same time. And then when they finally got tagged in at the same time, JC Jane tried to avoid Thea Hale, try to look for her tag team partners. None of them was on the ropes. All of them was knocked out. It led to a one-on-one scuffle. The pop was crazy for Thea Hale when she was getting the upper hand on JC Jane. Really loved that moment. We get to later. Then we get to the final minutes of the match. It was between Thea Hale and Izzy Dame. It looks like Izzy Dame is about to do a power bomb or a power slam on Thea Hale, but Thea Hale ends up getting a submission. She ends up getting a Kimura lock on Izzy Dame. Ends up tapping Izzy Dame out, and Thea Hale, Fallon Henley, and Kalani Jordan ends up taking out the victory. But one thing that is interesting is that Thea Hale and Kalani Jordan and Chase U are all celebrating. But if you watch closely, Fallon Henley is not celebrating with them. She's like on the side in the background just staring at them. And she's staring at Thea Hale. It looks like Fallon Henley is doing a potential heel turn. Now, the only thing I would ask is why? Maybe I need to rewatch the match. Maybe you guys can let me know. But I didn't see anything in the match that would suggest Thea Hale did something that would make Fallon Henley mad. But it looks like Fallon Henley might do a heel turn, which I wouldn't be mad at because I'm very high on Fallon Henley. I think she's very underrated. But I don't know. Maybe it's just premature, but I will be interested to see that. But it looks like Fallon Henley may turn heel. Next up, we got the NXT. Oh, wait. Next up, actually. Ava Raine announced that they would be having an NXT Women's North American Championship. I am super pumped for this. I have been wanting a mid-card title for the women for a while now. I think it's been ridiculous that how the men have three things to fight for: the NXT Championship, the North American Championship, and the Heritage Cup. The women needed another title. They need another title. They need another title. I'm very excited for this. I don't know who's going to win this because if I had to pick someone to win, I would say Thea Hill, because I don't think they're going to give it to another heel because another heel ends up winning. We're going to get to that next, but I think you need another babyface, and the next red hot babyface is Thea Hill. Now, there might be someone else because they kept on previewing a woman. I don't know who this woman is, but it seems like she's going to be the next NXT star. Don't know who she is. It starts with a G. I forgot her name, but they kept showing her, so it looks like she may be on the NXT roster soon. Maybe she can win it. But if I had to pick someone, it would be Thea Hill. But I'm curious to see that the fact that they're willing to do a mid-card title for NXT, what does this mean for the main roster? Because if you're asking me, the main roster needs a mid-card title because they have more talent, more roster spots, and they have way too much talent for them just to have two championships. They need a mid-card title as well. But we're going to get to the NXT Women's Championship match between Roxanne Perez and Lyra Valkyria. This match was amazing. Really loved this match. It was so many spots, so many times where I was so conflicted. One moment I thought Roxanne was going to win. One moment I thought Lyra was going to win. It just was going back and forth. Shenanigans happening in this match. You had moments where Roxanne was finna get herself disqualified with her constantly attacking her. She tried to re-break Lyra Valkyria's arm, try to re-snap it like she did a few weeks ago. You had Tatum Paxley interfere in the match and end up accidentally bumping into Lyra Valkyria. To be fair, that didn't really cost Lyra Valkyria the match. One thing I am thankful for, well, before I get to that, we get to the final sequences. Roxanne is getting her in her submission. Lyra is trying to get out of it. She can't. Shockingly, Lyra Valkyria ends up tapping out. That surprised me. I popped for that. I end up being wrong with this prediction. I am happy I'm wrong because I thought that after what happened Tuesday with Roxanne going out sad, with her getting beat up so easily, I thought that Lyra was winning. So glad she did not lose this match. She deserves it. So glad she won. I'm shocked that they had Lyra tap out because typically with baby faces, they typically never tap out. And typically if they do tap out, it's going to be with them like passing out, not with them actually tapping. Very shocked they did that. Very happy they won. And typically, I typically don't like matches where they have the injury angle because typically when a babyface is injured, they always win. And it always makes the heel look stupid because I ain't gonna lie, this was giving me shades of, if you guys watch AEW, this was giving me shades of Jay White versus MJF when Jay White purposely injured MJF but ends up losing the match anyway, even though he's lost to a guy with one leg. I thought Roxanne was going to lose to Lyra with one arm, but thank God she won. Very excited for her. Very excited to see what she does as a heel because very excited for her reign. But next up, we got Tony D'Angelo versus Ilya Dragunov for the NXT Championship. This was a really good match. This match slightly disappointed me because I did say this could potentially be match of the night. And me personally, I don't even think it's close. It was a really good match, don't get me wrong, but I thought it could have been better. But it was still a good match nonetheless. It had some interesting spots. This was really good. Shockingly, I don't know if they're teasing a heel turn for the family, but potentially could see a heel turn because in the match, it's going back and forth. And then at one point we saw, Tony D'Angelo go towards Stacks. And then Stacks ends up giving him brass knuckles, but Tony D'Angelo declined. So we're seeing some heel stuff. Also, Tony D'Angelo in his match was kind of acting like a heel, kind of. He was attacking his right hand. Typically, heels attack the guy's injuries. It's very rare where you see a babyface attack the other guy's injuries. They typically don't do that. Typically heels do that. So in the match, Ilya has a hand injury, and Tony D'Angelo was attacking the hand. He was stomping on it and stuff. So we may be seeing a heel out of this faction. They may turn heel. We don't know, but it may be on pause because what ends up happening after the match. We end up getting a cool spot where Ilya ends up doing his the H-bomb onto the table. That was a really cool spot. Love that spot. Um, this was a really good match, very interesting. But Ilya Dragunov ends up winning. That was my prediction. I said I didn't think Tony Enzo was going to dethrone him. It would have been cool, but Ilya was the right winner. But when we end up getting towards the end, Ilya and Tony ends up shaking hands, a sign of respect. So it looks like they're not going to do the heel turn yet, but they are showing signs of the heel turn. This was a really good match, but I don't think there was much more to say. But they may run it back eventually, but who knows? But this was a really good match. Ilya retained, and the right winner won. Next, we got the main event of Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes. This match was great. This match was everything it needed to be. The only complaint I have is it should have been a little bit longer, but I'm not mad at it because this match was electric. Bro, the whoop that trick chance at his entrance was electric. Whenever he gets called up to the main roster, he's going to be a star. He's going to be an instant star. And I can't wait. Now, the question I have is, I don't know what happens to Melo. Hopefully they do what I'm assuming they're going to do, but this match was electric. We had the shenanigans. We have Melo being a good heel. This was really good. At the beginning of the match, it looks Melo was basically toying with Trick Williams, reversing his moves, basically mocking him, showing that, I'm the guy. You're, basically showing that he's that main eventer. Trick Williams always the sidekick. You're not on my level. Trick Williams ended up getting the upper hand. We had shenanigans with the ref. It was a moment where Carmelo ended up pulling the ref towards the corner. Trick Williams tried to attack Melo, but ends up hitting the referee. Carmelo tries to get a chair. Well, before he got the chair, he ends up hitting Trick Williams behind the leg, reminiscing what happens at Vengeance Day, the same way he turned on Trick Williams. Carmelo tries to get a chair, but ends up, he tried to hit Trick with the chair, but ends up getting reversed. Trick hits him with the chair multiple times. Shockingly, he didn't get DQ because the ref was out. Tries to hit him again, but the ref finally took the chair away. The ref didn't hear the chair shots, but he saw it. But he saw the last chair shot he's about to hit. But then, after the ref took the chair, Carmelo hits him with a low blow after the ref didn't see that. Kicks out of the low blow. The near falls was crazy in this match. We towards the end of the match, we get Melo is trying to hit Trick with a chair shot again, but we got a new referee. The ref takes the chair. Trick Williams, recovers from whatever attack Melo gave him. They both go towards the ropes, and then Trick Williams hits him with a flying knee, picks up the win, and the crowd went electric. The crowd constantly saying, "Whoop that Trick." This was everything it needs to be. Everything it needed to be. Melo being that, that slimy heel, trying to do anything it takes to win, doing low blows, taking out the ref. He took out the ref twice. The ref was so unlucky this match. He hit the ref with a flying knee, and then he made Trick Williams accidentally hit the ref. The refs was unlucky in this match. Then you got the ultimate babyface overcoming the odds. This was everything it needed to be. Everything it needed to be. And hopefully, I think what they're going to do, this is Melo's last match. Put Trick over. Melo goes to the main roster, and then Trick Williams becomes the new guy in NXT. But this NXT standing level was amazing. If I had to rate it, I'd rate it like a 9 out of 10. Everything did what it needed to do. All the matches was really good. Really enjoyed this pay-per-view. This was very special, very hype, had me on the edge of my seat. Some of the matches kind of surprised me, like the Roxanne and Lyra. What do you guys think? I want to know your thoughts and opinions. Make sure you leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, that's it.